Hello, everybody, and welcome to another great episode of the Gridiron Glory with Tad and Will here. We're here to bring you coverage of all 32 teams throughout the entire NFL season. And now we're bringing you today Bengals at the Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs won this game in week 2 at home in Arrowhead Stadium. And for what a lot of times, a lot of Bengals fans and social media personnel might have been called Burrowhead Stadium, that wasn't proven this case. So you got the Chiefs at the Bengals, the two longtime AFC playoff rivals. And I mean, these two teams have met in the AFC Championship multiple times. There's prevalent history there between these two franchises, between Joseph Burrow and Patrick Mahomes. So these two battle it out once again. And, obviously Joe Burrow went out there and, he definitely went out there and played like a grown man. He played grown man's football compared to how he kind of played in week 1. I mean, he came back out there, and to me, it's like Joe Burrow played with a whole new, different kind of persona. Definitely played with a whole new, different style of confidence. Definitely played with a whole new aura to where he was making smart, diligent plays throughout the entirety of this football game. I was certainly impressed with it. 23 of 36, 258 yards, 2 touchdowns. He did get sacked 3 times, so the offensive line, pretty much basically did their job. Obviously, throughout the majority of this game, no lead is safe with Patrick Mahomes, and this game was pretty neck for neck, and the Bengals were driving down the field. They don't end up. What was it? What was it? 21-22, right? Or they Joe Burrow drives down the field. It was a 4th down. They don't get the 4th down, but he makes the play where he can at least get the 10 yards to set his kicker up for a field goal. And then you go up ahead in that. And then obviously by then the Chiefs drive down the field and they kick the game winning field goal on the controversial, pass interference call. So, this was just a very fun football game to watch, to follow. Obviously, as we're following all the games simultaneously all Sunday long on Red Zone and other streaming and whatnot. So, this game between the Bengals and the Chiefs was very fun, very entertaining, very hyped, very what it should have lived up to be. Now the Bengals start off 0-2. And, Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals, I mean, I don't think there's any need to panic. They have been in this spot before numerous times, starting the season 0-2 and gone on to make deep playoff runs. So there's no need to panic here if you are the Cincinnati Bengals, as it is still extremely early in the season. And if Joe Burrow stays healthy, Joe Burrow is going to go out there and still, lead this team and do what he needs to do to bring them back. I would be almost willing to bet the farm that Joe Burrow wins next week because he's Joe Burrow and he's that kind of a leader, and he's going to be strong and confident and not let his team go in 3 because we've seen that time and time again. And I believe Joe Burrow is a very resilient quarterback, a top 5 quarterback in this NFL. So when you look at a game between the Chiefs and the Bengals, I think, wow, the Bengals went out there. They certainly made the statement that they did. And then obviously, Patrick Mahomes, again, just finding ways to make plays late in the game, finding ways to lead his offense down the field. And a lot of people might say that aren't Chiefs fans about the pass interference call, and we'll go ahead and let us know what you think in the comments below if you do have any thoughts on the pass interference play. But still, nonetheless, the Kansas City Chiefs, they go out there, they win this football game, right? So now they're 2-0, and they won against 2 very respected AFC teams. So, I honestly, you look at the play and, it was like pass interference and everything, but like, I've heard some people might not think it's pass interference. So just let us know your thoughts and comments on that. Tad, do you have any thoughts and comments on Chiefs and Bengals?
I mean, it was a football play. I mean, when you do pass interference, it's pass interference. That's just you. You have to call it when. I mean, if you don't want the flag thrown, then don't interfere with the pass. I mean, it's really that simple in my eyes. I mean, the Bengals, they competed very well. They played a hard-fought football game, and in many ways, they outplayed the Chiefs for most of the game. I mean, Burrow was more efficient than Mahomes. He had more yards, less turnovers, and in the end, I mean, Kansas City, they find ways to win football games. It's what they've done for the past 5 years, but they do it again. And I mean, just clutch kicking from Harrison Butker, clutch drive by Mahomes, but that's really what it comes down to. And I mean, of course, you have the unfortunate fumble by Joe Burrow leading to the touchdown that really turned the game around late in the fourth quarter, where you have Kansas City just running it the other way with Connor getting the recovery and the touchdown. So
Yeah, Samari Connor, a really good game for Kansas City there. He had 4 solo tackles, a sack, and a tackle for loss. He brought the heat for that KC defense.
Yeah. So yeah, Kansas City, they did what they could. The offense, it wasn't always beautiful for the Kansas City offense. Like we said, Mahomes was only 18 of 25, 151 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and you also have Carson Steele losing a fumble. So that's 3 turnovers for Kansas City. And I mean, even in the win, there's still some questions about this offense that's not always looking in high gear in the game. Rice had a solid game, 5 catches for 75 and a touchdown. But
can I speak on something just really fast? So the offense maybe not always clicking for the Chiefs, and one of those moments was the beautiful interception by the cornerback Cam Taylor-Britt. And I want to go ahead and get your take on that the interception by Cam Taylor-Britt, the veteran quarterback out of Nebraska.
Yeah, it was one of the plays of the week. I mean, it was an outstanding play, and he made the play, and he did what he could to keep the Bengals rolling, and he did what he could there. And I mean, they covered really well, the Bengals. I mean, you keep a lot of the offense in check, including holding Travis Kelce to just 1 catch for 5 yards. And he's kind of showing his age a bit early in the season. And I mean, we could see him pick it up. We've seen it happen before where he starts the year not looking so great and he can bounce back. But a very ineffective game from Travis Kelce, which is not something we say very often.
Especially with Taylor Swift in attendance, a funny side, just a comical side note.
Yeah, so with her in attendance, that we'll see what that does. But a big concern for Kansas City is the health of running back Isaiah Pacheco, who's now on injury reserve. He had 19 carries for 90 yards. What's your take on the Kansas City backfield with him being injured?
Well, you pick up Kareem Hunt, right? And I want to get your take on the Chiefs picking up Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, he's at first he's gonna start with the practice squad and then work his way up. But the Chiefs backfield without Pacheco, that's a big loss there.
I got 2 words for you on that. Xavier Worthy.
The wide receiver Xavier Worthy. So we're gonna see
I'm honestly kidding.
But yeah, Carson
honestly just have Patrick Mahomes do the running plays. I mean, he'd be solid enough.
Yeah, I think they want to limit that so they can keep him healthy. We'll see if Carson Steele, the undrafted running back from UCLA, is going to be a factor there. But he's had a great camp and he's done what he can throughout the season. The fumble today was disappointing, but that is what it is. So yeah, the Chiefs, they made the plays. They do what they do, and they find a way.
The Bengals played a really good game of football. I don't want to take away from it. This was just like a game of NFL football between 2 NFL teams that gave it their NFL all. One team had to win, one team had to lose. And it's just unfortunate if you're a Bengals fan.
Definitely. I mean, the Bengals, they definitely upped their level of play from the prior week when they had the disappointing loss to New England. But it just wasn't enough. And I mean, they had some solid performances. Mike Gesicki, their new tight end, 7 catches, 91 yards. You got that. And then you also have the rookie tight end, Eric All, having his biggest game, 4 catches for 32 yards. Of course, the rookie from Iowa. And you have 2 touchdown catches for Andre Yosevas, the young receiver there. So they have some playmakers, but they just need to put it all together. Make more clutch plays. Obviously, like I said, that lost fumble resulting in a touchdown, that was a real backbreaker. So just be more clutch.
Absolutely. There you have it. Chiefs Bengals 26-25. Be sure to follow all season long. Like, subscribe, and comment. This is the Gridiron Glory, where we cover all 32 teams.